Hi everybody, welcome to Live with Prima. I'm Stephanie Miller. Super excited to be here, everybody. Yay, thank you for joining me. I'll try and make it an easy, fun class for you because this is your class and I'm just, excited enough to be able to do this for you. So yay, welcome. If you're a newbie, please join in, no worries. Jump right in the chat. Everybody on the chat's amazing. Super big squeezy hugs to all of you guys that always come and join in and answer the questions. Carrie is our moderator tonight. Thank you, Carrie, for having me. You guys don't know this, but Carrie behind the scenes, she's like Superwoman. So, big super squeezy hugs to her. I don't have a chance. Laura is online, the paper trail. Big super squeezy hugs. That woman, wow, amazing. Her classes are, chin dropping, bounce, bounce, bounce on the table. Okay, I don't get an opportunity to check the chat very much, but just know I do look up every now and then, and I'm gonna say hi if I can. Hi, Mama Dog 365. Super cool usernames. If you're logged in as your YouTube name, please put your name in there. Everybody say hi to each other. This is a really fun class. Thank you, Prima, for putting it on for us. Tonight, where's my project? Here it is. Tonight, super cute, easy, I promise. Fast little project to make. Ladies, one 12 by 12 sheet of paper, no worries. Look at this. It's a little pocket box mini album. I did a project last month on the Prima blog and I got some questions. I thought, you know what? I'm going to show you guys how to make it, and I just used Ladybird, the collection, to do this one, and it's really super easy. You're going to love it. It's really fun. So go over really quick before, let's see what time it is, 6:32. I'm trying to let a few more minutes to go by so people can log in. And if you're logged in as a guest, log in, sign up, get a username, and chat with us. That's one of the best parts of this. And the project that I make tonight, I'm going to do this one again. Of course, I like to do giveaways, so I will be giving away one of these at the end of the evening. So yay, bonus. Alrighty, so go grab your scoreboard. If you don't have one, no worries. Get your ruler and we'll measure. Scoreboard, right? You don't need this. Grab your ruler, make your measurements, and then do your scoring using your cutter board or whatever. It just makes it easier, faster. I'm gonna, wait a minute. Scissors, glue stick. Play along with me, ladies. You can do this. Super simple projects. You know I like fast projects, and this is one of them. So how are we doing, everybody? Shimmery, scrappy. Certified. Hi, Sharon. You guys are amazing. Alrighty, so I think I'm going to go ahead and get started. Does everybody have their scrappy happiness at their table ready to jump right in? I hope so. Okay, so we're going to have fun tonight. Let me show you the project really quick. It's a little pocket box mini. Hi, shimmery, scrappy, Peggy Lee. Really easy, right? It's super cute. It's just a little pocket box, 112 by that unfolds and flips open, and on the inside there's just little pages. Super easy. Loaded up with your pictures, your journaling, give it away as a scrappy gift. I like making easy, fast gifts, and this is definitely one of them. Super simple, right? Look at, just cute. Okay, let me show you the first one that I made for last month's blog, and I used fairy rhymes. This is super gorgeous too. It looks vintage and just soft and beautiful, and I just love how it turned out. So yeah, if you want to make little projects that are quick, easy, fast, make these fun little journals for your friends. They'll love you. Look how cute. Let's see if I can show it to you really quick. Look how pretty these papers are. This is the fairy rhymes. We're not using this collection tonight because I wanted to do something a little bit different, but look at how super simple, easy, guys, right? And they just fold out the insides, no big deal. They're just pages that are glued together, and you know, they flip flop and they turn up, and you know, really super simple. I did a lot of pre-cutting tonight, so no worries, this class is going to be quick. Alrighty, does anybody have any questions? Let me know. Jump in, ask a question. Don't be afraid. Play, ladies. If you have a question, everybody on the board, thank you so much for jumping in and answering. And Carrie's amazing. She's our moderator tonight. That woman is, you know, wow. Let's see. So let me show you the product really quick that we're going to be using. Really quickly. This one right here, you can create this project two ways. You can either do a 12 by 12 sheet of paper that's double-sided. That means there's a print on both sides of the paper. That's what I did for this one. So the inside, you'll see when it opens up, you'll see the inside images. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. Super cute. Look at how beautiful she is. And the project that I created tonight is using just single-sided paper, a 12 by 12 single-sided, and I did that so I could show you easier the measurements and you know, how to score, because I thought it would be easier. But anyways, so you can do it either way. Use a 12 by 12 sheet of 12 by 12 double-sided or a 12 by 12 single. Oh, if I talk too fast, slow me down. Say, Carrie, she's talking too fast, and she'll text me. Okay, so the products that I'm using tonight are a mix of some of the things that have been out for a little bit, and then also some new products. So anyways, hi Trifles, Scrapinology, Gina, big super squeezy hugs. Okay, so here's the 12 by 12 ledger pad that I'm using for the base of my project tonight. Prima has ledger pads out. So this is one of the older ones, and I love it. Are you recording? Yes, I am. I'm recording. Carrie, thank you for the reminder. Super sweet she is. Okay, this is a nice heavyweight. I'm trying to stress what great quality this is. It's single-sided, but the prints and the weight of the paper are amazing. I can't, let me see if I can show you some of the prints. But it's all ledger, and on the outer edges of this paper, there's images, and it's just really stunning, gorgeous. I can't, there we go, trying. Let me know if you guys are having a hard time seeing, and I'll adjust the camera. Anyways, so this is what I used for the base of the project tonight. But look how beautiful, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, so the 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and it's the ledger paper pad. There's 12 patterns in here, and there's 4 sheets. There's 48 sheets. The number on it is, you know, yay, a long number that I'm not going to read right now. And then we're also going to use the Ladybird, the chipboard pieces. Super beautiful. I love getting the chipboards pieces because they're easy, quick to help embellish your pages. You know, if you're doing a project that's really quick and fast and you need to hurry up, this has already adhesive on it. Stick it down. It's a beautiful layer. You know, it's just really super pretty. Okay, so here's some of the tags. This one's missing because I grabbed it and used it already, but look how beautiful. I love the shapes. This is the Ladybird one. Okay, and for the paper, like I said earlier, the project that I did, I used a single-sided 12 by 12 sheet. So that means on the inside of this is the white part of, you know, the plain sheet of paper. So I had to cover it. And so to cover it, I used the Ladybird A4 paper pad. Beautiful papers, bold, beautiful colors. I love teal and yellow and orange and brown, and that's what Ladybird is. So let me show you really quickly the prints. I pulled some out already. I'm going to quickly go through these because I know that a lot of you have seen them. And yes, they came with tags, which, you know, love them. Lots of great details and room for journaling. And I love it when they do tags because I love doing mini albums. Did you already show that one? Am I doing it right? Yeah, I was. Okay, sorry. Hey, Frank. Frankie, baby. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? Look at these papers. They're amazing, lovely. And I go super slow, so I always rush through these use streams, and I feel like I never give you guys enough time. That one says shabby chic. Super beautiful. Okay, so those are basically the prints that we're going to be using. Okay, look at these vintage trinkets. You guys have seen them. Just get them. They go with every type of project that you can imagine. If you're doing your mixed medias, your mini albums, if you're embellishing the outside of your purses, if you're decorating your gifts that you're giving away, you know, whatever, grab them. They just add, they're just so pretty. Look at what I did with this one right here. That's one of the metal flowers. I just punched it and added it to the top, and it's just super cute. I just love it. Look how pretty, right? Okay, so here we go. So this is the sunrise sunset. There's 5 pieces, and they're nice, substantial, large pieces. The stamps, I'm using these tonight. The Ladybird, super cute because I love the sentiments. I use the sentiments and some of the flowers and birdies and all the butterflies. Gotta have them, right? The brads. Can never have enough brads. Some flowers, a little Prima flowers. These ones are the Lady Godivas. Don't you just love the name? It rings chocolate. And for the outside of the mini album, I used some of these beautiful flowers. These are the Ladybird collection, 565503. Super cute. And these ones right here, these are also the Ladybird. I used these mini rosettes, and look at, I love that they give you different sizes, colors, shapes. You know, the variety is just super appreciated. I love it. And then I got these vintage, look at, these are from way back. I'm not sure when these were, 2011, that's what it says right here. And look at, they're nice flat metal pieces, perfect for the inside of these super cute little mini albums where you need to lay things flat. But look at how beautiful. Don't forget that you can always go back and get older Prima product that's out there. You know, you never know. Sales and, you know. Alrighty, so that's what we're going to be using tonight. How's everybody doing? Yes, no driving and scrapbooking though. I'm sure some of us have tried. Okay, so here we go. Is everybody ready? Do you have your scoreboard and everything? You ready? So I'm going to go ahead and pan down. I've done a lot of pre-cutting, and so this should go fairly quickly. If not, let me know. And if you're having any problems, no worries. Ask me and we'll recap and we'll do it again. You know, I'll slow down. How's everybody doing? Ready to go? Yay! Alrighty, bye everybody. I'm gonna pan down. Big super squeezy hugs. And here we go, yay! Let me know if the lighting's okay. Hi Deb. Okay, here's the scoreboard. Let me check the lighting. Here's my beautiful template that I made for everybody. I hope that this is as easy as it looks. It's a very, very easy, ladies, no worries. Okay, so here we go. So we're gonna grab our 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and I'm gonna go ahead and choose a color that complements this collection right here, the Ladybird. And super beautiful grids. Everybody should have one of these pads in their stash because it's great. Okay, gosh, and the weight of this paper, I can't tell you, it's just nice, very substantial. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to turn it around. When you have your 12 by 12 sheet of paper, you want to look to see what is going to be the top of your album. And when I say the top, I mean this right here. This is going to be the top or the bottom. And for this print right here, there's no real imagery. There's some script here on the side, so I want to make sure, well, I don't have to make sure. If there was an image on here, that if it was a double-sided print, then we would be more concerned about where the folds are going to be and where the graphics are going to land when you unfold this and yada yada. But we're not doing that tonight. We're doing just a single-sided print. So, and because it's a grid and we're going to cover it up, no worries. So tonight, just focus on making your template, and then you can go back later and create and be scrappy happy. Okay, so the first score mark, and here we go. Okay, if you don't have your scoreboard, no worries. Grab your ruler, make your markings, and then get your, you know, your cutter and put your paper in here and use this to score. I've done this in other videos, and you'll see out there people, you know, they don't have the score pad. It makes it nicer. You don't need it, but tonight I'm going to go ahead and use it because it's a little bit quicker. Okay, this right here, I'm going to go ahead and turn it around so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see. The first marking is going to be at 3.5. So go ahead and mark your first at 3.5. This is your top of your paper right here. Mark it. Take your time doing it. Do it a couple times. Make it a nice crease. Don't press too hard. Just do it. The next mark. Oh my goodness. I think I just messed up. I didn't do 3.5. I did 3. No worries. So we're going to do 3.5. And then the next mark is going to be at 4 inches. Okay, so let me repeat. The first score mark is going to be at 3.5 inches. Got that? And then the next one is going to be at 4. And then the next one is at 8 and 8.5. Take your time, no rush. Really simple, ladies. This is a really quick little project with just some score lines and some simple cutting. Okay. So now let me show you, here is my mark at 3.5 and at 4, and then at 8 inches, and then at 8.5. Sorry about the, no, I have another one over there that I'm going to use, but this is just for demonstration purposes. Okay, so this is what you have so far. Okay, now we're going to turn it clockwise, and we're going to score this way now. And we're going to score at 2.5, which is right here, and 3 inches. So 2.5, and then at 3. Super easy. Now we're going to turn it again, and we're just going to do the same on the other side. Did I do that too fast? Okay, so we just scored this right here. Let me mark it. Sorry guys, if I go too fast, let me know, slow me down, but this is really simple. We're just doing our score lines right now. Okay, so we did this side. Now we want to score this side, and I'm just going to flip it around and do the same measurements. Actually, no. I'm looking at my thing that I did last week. Okay. When you start, do a top, right, or bottom. This is what we did. This is your top. Always do this. Mark your top of your sheet and your bottom. It helps. Okay, so this is where we're at. We just did the 2.5 and 3, and now we're going to go ahead and do 8.5 right here, and 9. Okay, so 8.5, and then 9. No worries. Okay, so let me show you where we're at. So we have the top of the sheet up here, and this first score mark is 3.5. The next one is 4. Here's the top of your page. This line right here is 8, and this one's 8.5. So each one of these right here, the edges are these, this right here, 1/2 inch, and you can see it here, there, and there. Okay, how's everybody doing? Did you guys get that? Did I go too fast? Okay, thank you, Carrie. Alrighty, thanks for posting the measurements. You know, I'm not a measurer. I just sit down and I do it, and then I have to go back and figure out, okay, how did I do this without doing the measurements so I can show you guys. But no worries, sit down, just do it, just play, and it'll come together. I promise. Watch. Okay, so there we go. So that's our first page. Now on the inside, these two flaps right here, let me show you. When you open it up, this is what you're going to be seeing, is right like this. That's what you see right there. So you can kind of see the measurements. You'll notice that these are shorter. That's because we're going to fold these in, and that's what you see right here. I'll show you. It's hard to see it right here, but no worries. Do you guys see that? And then on the bottom, I added an extra extender so that it came up higher on the page. So the bottom right here is actually about 2 inches, but I added another sheet on top of it to make it go up higher so it would hold the inside pages more, so it was sturdier, easier to handle. Does that make sense? Okay, so now we're going to do some cutting. Well, wait a minute. First, we're going to score. I mentioned that these pages that flip open right here, see how they're not, there's a room right here. I actually folded this in. So we're going to score this right here and this right here so we know where to fold. I hope that makes sense. If not, no worries. Always email me, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever have any questions, even after the Ustream, feel free. Go ahead and email me. I don't mind, and I'll answer questions. Alrighty, so here's the top and the bottom. Here's the 2 pages that flip like this, right? So we're going to go ahead and score right here and right here. And the measurement for this is 1 3/8. Now, let me see if I can get this on camera. Here's the top. I don't want to score. You can score all the way down if you want. Let me go ahead and score this. But right here is where I want to focus, is on this flap right here. And I'm just going to gently score it. And now is when I'm going to flip it all the way around and do the same measurement on this side. I did that earlier and that was not what I wanted. Okay, so there we go. So now we flipped it around and we're doing the other page that folds in, right? So we're scoring this at 1 3/8. Okay, and that's it. That's all the measuring. That's it, ladies. Can you tell that I love measuring? So here is those 2 scores that we just did. So this is what you should have. Something simple like this, top, bottom. Sorry that I forgot to mention to always mark your top and bottom because it's easy to get confused. And now we're going to cut. Yay, this is easy too. No worries. Okay, let me mark really quickly. Now you're going to, let me see, I'm reading. Nessa, oh, I froze. No worries, we're recording the show. You can go back later. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you where we're gonna cut, and I'm gonna go ahead and mark it out for you, just so you can see. So on the inside lines are where the cuts are gonna go. I hope you can see that. I'll show you up close in a second. Okay. So here we go. Sorry about the lighting. Where's the lighting at? Let me get rid of this. Okay, so we're going to go to the innermost. Here's the top of the page. We're going to go to the innermost line, and we're going to cut here, and then we're going to go to this innermost line, and we're going to cut here. So this piece will be removed. So this one right here will be removed, and the same all the way around. Go to the innermost line, and we're going to cut. So let me show you really quick. And then that's it. And then we're going to fold and yay. Okay, so get your scoreboard. How's everybody doing? Hi, Debbie. Welcome. Hi, everybody. If you've just now joined in, thank you for coming. Welcome to Live with Prima. Super excited. We're having a really fun little simple project tonight. Let me recap for those of you who are just joining in. A really super cute little pocket box mini album. No worries. Really easy. If you have any questions, just jump right in and ask. Okay, now we're going to score. Sorry if I'm making you guys dizzy. Okay, so grab your cutter and follow your marks, right? I'm cutting just the green lines that I did. You do your template first, ladies and gentlemen, and then you can, you'll get practice, and then you'll know exactly, okay, now I know, and it'll be easier the second time. So there's that one. Did I cut this one? Super simple. Okay, so I'm just cutting off the corners. Did I cut this one yet? And I'm not being fussy. I'm just doing it. Just do it, ladies. Just, don't worry about it. Just get your stuff out. Use your scraps and play. Okay, so there we go. And that's it. So here's your template. Here's your base of your project. And that's all you need. Okay? So here we go. So here's the top. Here's the bottom. And we're just going to fold, right? So just do it. Get your bone folder. I can't find my Prima tool. I don't know what I did with it. So just follow. You're going to score in. You guys know how to do this. I'm doing the pages for the two sides that fold in. And this bottom. Quick, fast, easy, ladies. Fun little project. And after you make a few of these, it goes by really quick. Okay, and on my mini, you'll notice that I did a border cut on the top edge of the flap that opens. And I'm going to show you how to do that. I actually used the Tim Holtz die. I just cut myself a little template, and I'm going to show you how to cut that on this. You can run it through your die cutting machine. I just didn't want to pull out the big thing, and I thought, okay, I'll just do it manually. Okay, so this is where we're at right now. So this is what you should have. You should have your top, your bottom, and then the two flaps. Now the two flaps, we're going to go ahead and, remember those two score lines? We're going to fold those open, fold them open and out. So it does, can you see that? Am I going too quick? I love that die too. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so we're just going to fold those out. And then look, that's what you should have right there. Super easy, I promise. Do it once and you'll get it. Alrighty, so this is where we're at. So this is what you should have. See? There's the 1/2 inch all the way around. That forms your little box. A really simple little project. Okay, so let me show you how I did the top. Where's my mini? Here we go. I love this edge, right? That border, the die. Oh my goodness, Tim Holtz. Can you guys see that? Gosh, the lighting is bad. Let me see if I can help. It's getting darker here. So we're going to go ahead and cut this border right here. And I'm just going to use this as my template. I'm not fussy about it. I'm just going to do it. So I'm going to lay open my book and I'm going to put it down on the edge right here. This width right here is 4 inches. So you can check yours to see if it's 4 inches. If it's not, no worries. Okay, so here's the template, and I'm just simply, this is going to be the top of my mini right here. My in frame, sorry. Here's the top. So I'm going to trace this on here, and then I'm going to cut it. And I'm not going to be fussy about it because I'm covering it with a flower. I'm covering it with, you know, other embellishments. So, you know, no worries. You guys can do this, super easy. Okay, the tip of my die right here, I want to put it exactly at the 2-inch mark. That's it. Right down here is my 2-inch mark. I can see this is the center right here, and I'm going to just trace it and cut it. Super simple, right? There we go. Get your scissors out. This is what you have now. Easy. And you don't have to use this die. There's, you guys, there's punches out there. Fiskars has amazing punches. Create your own shape, cut it out, play. This is just, you know, what I did tonight, but you know, you guys, I've seen your posts on Facebook and you guys are amazing. The things that you guys create, very beautiful. You inspire me. I love when you post. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and corner punch these just really quick so it gives it a nice, softer, rounder edge. And there we go. Okay, so that's what we have. How's everybody doing? Crazy easy, right? You guys can do this. Okay, so here's another one that I made earlier. The inside pages I already pre-made because it would take me forever to do this, but I'm going to show you. I just grabbed my scrap piece of paper, the ones that I've had laying around from the Ladybird collection, and you know, old tags with half pieces, and I just started layering and border punching old tags, and I just created a little flip book. Very simple, very easy. I'm going to show you in more detail how I did this, but so if you have your scraps, don't throw them away. Always save them. Turn them into little cute little, you know, books. They're just adorable. Look, so this is going to sit in here. I'm going to glue it in there. I'm going to show you how to put this all together and that, yada, yada, yada. Okay, how's everybody doing out there? Is everybody following along? Does everybody have this? Did I go too fast? You guys are cool. Carrie, I should have sent the measurements to you earlier. Thank you for keeping up. Let me go over the measurements really quickly just in case. Okay, so the top of your 12 by 12 sheet is right here. The bottom is right down here. The first mark is 3.5 inches. The second is 4 inches. The next one is 8 inches, and the next one is 8.5. Then you're going to turn your 12 by 12 sheet of paper and you're going to score at 2.5 inches. Sorry about the lighting. 2.5 inches, 3 inches. Then you're going to score at 8.5 inches and 9 inches. Okay? Now we're going to go back to the top of the page. Gosh, the lighting is starting to get too dark for me. Let me see if that helps. Okay. Okay, so here's the top again. and the two panels that fold in to flap to cover the pages is going to be scored right here at 1 3/8, and then you're going to flip it on this side and you're going to score 1 3/8. So 1 3/8 on the side and 1 3/8 from the edge of both sides of the paper. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, the lighting's fine. Yay, that makes me happy. Okay, so there we go. So now we have our book, right? Now on this mini right here, you'll see this page right here, this bottom flap is a little bit larger than what you're going to have right here. Do you see that? Let me show you. See that? This side is larger. What I did was I cut another piece of paper and I laid it just right on top of this one right here, so it would be more substantial of a page to hold in the contents of the inside of the mini book. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to do that really quickly. And I've already pre-cut, like I said, so no worries. This should go fairly quickly. But, you know, I want to show you, I don't really measure. I've said that before. And if you're a measurer, please forgive me. I don't. I eyeball things, and I'm sitting here playing at my table, and I just have papers laying around, and I look and I think, oh my goodness, okay, I want this flap to be a little bit bigger. So, you know, I just grabbed my sheet and I just laid it down and I marked where I wanted to cut. I marked it, and I cut it. So here's my mark, and I wanted it to be about 4 inches. No, before, and what did I have? Oh, I also did a border punch. Anyways, so look it. I don't know if you guys can see that. So here's my paper. I want it to come up about that high. I want to see the top just a little bit, but enough right here, and then I'm going to border punch it too. So I'm just going to cut this sheet really quickly. You guys play. Do what looks good to your eye. Make your mini books. Enjoy the process. That's the best part about this, is just doing your thing and seeing what you come up with, you know, at the very end. So here's mine, and I'm going to border punch this right here really quickly. Try and go fast. Fiskars has some great border punches. This is one of my favorites. Everybody knows how to do this, right? Super easy. Quick way to add to your project is to put a nice little border punch on the edges. A simple little border punch. Okay, and there we go. And that's it right there. So I'm going to glue this down, and we're going to start covering the inside of this mini, and we're going to be quick and done before you know it. Okay, so I've added adhesive. You don't have to use an ATG gun. Get your glue sticks out. Get whatever adhesive you use. You know, use the tools that you have and play. And like I said, I'm going to be giving this one away tonight. So modify. Whoever wins this, please modify it. Add your scrappy happiness to it and play. Okay, so the rest of this is pretty much, I'm going to go ahead and just start. I've pre-cut a lot of the goodies. You'll see it here, and I'm just going to show you how I play scraps, right? Save your scraps. They all coordinate, and just cover the inside flaps of your book. That's all I'm doing. I'm leaving a little bit of edge. Super cute, and I'm not worrying about this because I'm going to cover that later. Let me show you the inside. These two right here, these are the 2 pages that flip open. And this is the page that we folded over. We're going to put a nice panel right here and a nice panel right here. And look what I did. I just got a simple sheet that had this pretty image in it, and I just put it down, and I, you know, pencil marked where I want to cut it, and then I'm just going to glue it down. It's super easy, ladies, really cute. There's nothing to this. You can really, you know, if you just sit down and you put this stuff down around you, it comes together. It just really does. It's just fun. And let me just say really quickly, from the Live with Prima family, gals, gents that do Live with Prima, from our hearts to all the people in Oklahoma and in the Midwest that had that terrible tragedies. Our scrappy hearts and thoughts are with you guys, prayers. And I have to say, wow to those people. They are amazing. They just pull together, and how inspiring and lovely, and it just really feels really good. You know, that they can go through such a tragedy and then be scrappy, not scrappy happy, but, you know, they can jump right in and say, okay, we're going to rebuild. And, you know, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but one thing I did want to say was, you know, we're sitting here at our craft table and we're playing with our goodies, and we got our scrappy happiness because we're trying to preserve our memories of our loved ones. And that was one of the things that I noticed during the news broadcast during this last week with the tornadoes and everything. The people, when they were walking through their homes, the things that they were looking for, the most valued treasure, were the pictures, the memories. Nothing else mattered, just the memories. And anyway, so our craft, all of us, it's an amazing thing, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So, all right, so let's go back. Sorry about that. Alrighty, so here we go. So I've just added those two panels. Beautiful, right? Just easy. And now we're going to cover the insides. And I've already, like I said, pre-cut. Look at that. I just put this piece of paper down, and I wanted to, oh, whoa. Did I do that right? I did. I'm going to go ahead and put this one down, and let me look at this really quick. Oh, I didn't border, I didn't edge it. Let me edge this one really quickly. Love it. Okay. So go ahead and put your papers down, look at them, see what looks good. You know, when you're doing your projects, look for a little bit of contrast. On the bottom of your prints that you get from Prima, everybody knows this, but let me just reiterate for any newbies out there. These are the strips that come on the bottom of your pages. Sorry if you can't see or if it's not clear. Is it clear? Let's see. See the dots down there? Those are for you guys. It's hard to see on here, but it shows you all the different colors that complement the collection that are most used. So if you are a newbie and you just aren't sure what colors to use or ribbons or, you know, whatever, go to this little guide down here, and no worries. Whatever you do, using those colors is going to look amazing, gorgeous, and you're going to be very happy. Okay, alrighty, so let's get back to this. I'm hoping I can do this fairly quickly. I'm wondering if I should just do this one. I use pink. Okay. This is bottom. That's what my problem was. I did it the wrong way. Okay. I'm going to cut a little bit of this off up here and glue it down. No worries, this will go a little bit quicker as soon as I get some of these down. How's everybody doing out there? Are you guys following along? Don't worry, you can do this. Grab your scraps for the edges right here, the 1/2 inch all the way around. Cut some pieces of paper out that complement and put them down. Really easy. Look, I'm going to do this really quick. And they're not perfect. These two shapes right here aren't even the exact same size. It doesn't matter to me as long as, you know, the color just pops. Your eye's not going to be attracted to whether or not those two shapes are identical or not. If you are that way, measure them, cut them, and that's okay. Okay, so for the inside right here, I just did this one. See how it's coming together fairly quickly? And what I do for the inside, I didn't measure it. I just put the paper down, and I wanted to leave a little white edge around because you're going to be doing the folds. You want to stay away from the folds, so you want to go in just slightly, you know, from the folds, like 1/8 of an inch. It's up to you. You know, you can leave a little bit of a wider border around, but just stay away from the folds because if you put paper on those folds, then it's not going to close. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's do that. Let's put it down. Super pretty. Okay, and then this one right here, let me just glue that down. So when you're creating your projects, see how the orange looks against the yellow? It just pops. So look for a contrast. Look for colors that are going to complement each other, but when you lay them next to each other, they pop off the page. I don't know how else to explain it, but put things down, play, and then see what's appealing to your eye, and you'll see, you'll get it. So I cut out these 2 flags, and the sheet that I used for that, let me show you, because they're really super cute little tags. Look at this embellishment sheet. Isn't that adorable? Okay, they gave us so many different shapes and sizes and borders down here, and I didn't even use half of these. I cut out this little beautiful little image right here. This is the front, that orange that I used. This tag is super cute. It's hard to show the detail of it, but it's gorgeous. But look at how fun, right? Add sentiment stamps in here, dates. Perfect. And so that's where I got these, and I'm just going to place these down right here really quick. Super cute, and I just layered it. And again, whoever gets this, please enjoy and just add your scrappy happiness to the inside of it. Okay. So on the outside, let me change gears really quick because I want to go ahead and add this here. These are just the little 1/2 inch. I didn't do 1/2 inch, but I'm covering the 1/2 inch on the outside of the box. Can you see that? I hope I'm in frame. Let me see. This right here. So that's the fold. And like I said, for this one right here, this was a double-sided page when I created this. So what I'm doing right now on this one, you wouldn't have to do if you used the double-sided print. But you would have to be more concerned about where the images lie before you create it. So, you have a lot of different options. And this was fun. If you like to use your scraps, then this is a really fun project. And if you like to cut. And like I said, stay away from the borders. I mean the the score lines with the folds. And it's just super easy. It's not gorgeous. Look at that. I love it. Super simple. Okay. So the bottom is this beautiful tag that I covered up with a chipboard, and we're going to do that really quick. Where is the tag? How's everybody doing? Everybody say hello to each other and say your names from YouTube. I'd like to say hi. I don't get a chance to read the chat very often, but and then I wish that it would stick with the recording. If I could go back and read all your guys' questions and comments, I would if I could. Okay, so right here, look at this beautiful page right here with all these, can you see? Gorgeous, a lot of fun details here. I'm going to use this one right here because I love this. It said beautiful in the orange, and it's just super pretty. So let me cut it really quick. And again, I'm not fussy. Just going to cut it. Look at, I'm going to go like this, and I think that I want to cut some of this edge off and then some of this edge off so it fits. No measuring. I've said before, glue it and do it. Just cut it and do it. Okay, super pretty. Look at it, fits there perfectly. I love it. So I'm going to glue that down. Cut it, glue it, do it. Super cute. I love it. Oh my goodness. Even that right there, just by itself, is beautiful, but we're going to make it more pretty. Okay, and these chipboard pieces, I have to say, I love these. And you're going to see me just open them up and dump them all out because I've been dying to do this. I had to keep them in a package, but this is one of the things that I do when I first get them. Look at, I just punch them. I get, oh, I love it. Okay, and then let me show you the shapes on some of these. Amazing, gorgeous shapes. Don't throw this away. Keep it for a while. Use it as a template. I know, right? What is she doing? She's pulling them all out. I am. That's, but look at some of these shapes. Look at that. You can, you know, put that on a sheet of paper and use it as a template and cut it out, and you know, so save this, you know, for a while, use it, play with it. Some of the pieces fell on the floor. Okay, look at this. Wow, right? That's when you know you're having fun. Throw it down on your table, ladies, and play. Look at the shape on this one. Super cute. For this one right here, I wanted it to really pop, so I grabbed, this one was pretty. Oh my gosh, so many to decide from. This one right here I thought was beautiful. I don't know, is that clear? Can you guys see that? My camera, I'm not sure if it's being fussy tonight. Can you see that? Hope it's clear. Okay, so then I get all of these and I put them in a little clear bag and I keep them with, where's that other, I used this for the back right here. Let me put that on really quick. Should I? No, because I have to glue the inside first. Okay, adhesive is already on the back of this. If you want it to, if you're going to be giving it away as a gift, let me just say, go ahead and put a little bit of extra adhesive on it. And, oh, let me see if I can get this. I cut my nails. Go ahead and put a little bit of adhesive on it if you're giving it away, especially with the heavier pieces. Now I wanted to add a heavier piece to the bottom of this because it's actually going to add weight to it to help close, to keep it closed. And then I added weight on the top by putting that metal flower on the top of the mini album. This right here on the top, added weight. This is so super cute, that little chain hanging there. This added weight, so it helps keep it closed, and also this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of extra glue. And how am I doing on time? I always run out of time. Other people, other instructors are quick and fast before you know it. Okay, and I'm just going to put that right down in the center because it's just beautiful. I love it. Beautiful treasures. I've centered it, I glued it, and I put it down. This front right here, let me show you. Crazy easy to do also. This one I'm keeping. These can go off to the side. That was fun. Dumped them all out. Who does that? Who does that? This one's super cute too. Look. It's like a little ticket. Can you see that? Is it? Gosh darn it, it looks blurry to me. What does it say? It was a beautiful day. There we go. Yay, that's clear. Super gorgeous. Okay. So this right here, we're going to go ahead and cut out. I used, where's the print? This one right here. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm going to try and do this one the same. This one the same. On the inside flaps right here, these two panels, can you see, is this page right here. So what I did, I put the paper down right there and I measured it. I didn't measure it. I put it down and I marked where I wanted to cut. And that's what I'm going to do on this one. Really quick. Quick, quick, quick. So look, I'm putting it down. I'm going to leave a nice little edge right there, just ever so slight. And then here is where the fold is. You can't see it, but this is where it folds right here. And I'm going to go just inside that so it doesn't touch the fold. And I'm just going to mark it and I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to mark it right here, and I'm leaving a little bit of edge up here too. I hope you guys can understand and can see that. And if I'm going too fast, please let me know. So cut that. And then I've already measured the other side too, so I've marked it earlier. There we go. So I got those three pieces. This inside right here I used for this right here and this right here. It's hard to see, but okay. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those down. Look how super cute, right? It just breaks it up, but look it. It continues. A handful of flowers. I thought that was super cute. And it's fun when you have one image and you break it up, you cut it into several pieces, you know, 3 pieces, 2 pieces. It's just fun. So there's that piece. And again, if you used a double-sided paper, you wouldn't have to do this, but you know, sometimes it's fun just to play. This right here goes down. I'll fold that in. That is from the front part. This tag right here, because the bird cage was hanging here, I wanted it to go all the way. I didn't want it to start halfway down, so I pushed the tag up and folded it over. And I'm going to put this one down. Super cute. I love it. Look at how easy, right? And then look at, this is going to be the inside. I just need to do the top. For this to close right here, I just added Velcro. I'm going to glue this down better because this is actually going to be the piece that holds this closed. Does that make sense? So right here, this orange tag, I'm going to go back later and put really good adhesive down. And I'm going to go ahead and attach, you know, you can use a little magnet. Basic Gray has these super cute little thin magnets. They're a little bit expensive, but they're great on your projects. So if you're going to add a magnet, go ahead and put your magnet before you put down your paper, put it down, and then put your magnet on the side, and you know it'll hold it together really nicely. I'm using Velcro. I used Velcro earlier because that's what I had, and because I ran out of my magnets, but super easy. Okay, so for this front flap right here, look at this extra sheet of paper. Look, I just went like this, and I thought, oh, that looks super cute. So what did I do? I just went like this, and I didn't measure. I just eyeballed it, marked it, and then I cut it. See? Super cute, right? Now on this side, I want to get that shape. So I'm going to use this, turn it around, and I'm just going to trace the shape out. Do you see that? And then I'm going to cut. And again, I'm not being fussy about it. Just do it. It comes off edges right here, so I'm going to go ahead and trim those off really quick before I cut. Simple, right? Can you see that? It's hard to show. There we go. Just going to cut that out really quick, and then I'm going to put it down. I'm going to go just inside the line because I think I want there to be a little border. Let's see if I can show it. So here's the line, and I'm going to go just inside the line, if that makes sense. I'm going to use the line as a template, but I'm going to do my own little cut. Not fussy, just do it. It's hard to do it like that. Okay. And then I'm going to trim off some of this. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Beautiful, I love it. Okay, I'm going to cut a little bit more off here. So I want some of the white to be showing, or the back print. Okay, so this is what I have so far. Can you see that? See how I cut just inside, so I have the shape, but you can see the paper behind it. Just so it stands out just a little bit. And you know, you can, if you want to spend some time on this, you can actually ink all of these panels before you put them down, and that will really draw your eye and make the project really pop. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put that down, and there's our cover. And I don't know what the time is, but we're going to punch a little hole right here for the eyelet. See how it's coming together, everybody, ladies? Eyeball it. Just put it down somewhere in the center, right there. Get your crocodile out, extra wide eyelet, put it down. Super cute. Look it. See that? Oh my goodness. We're almost there. What time is it? 7:34. I need to put paper down there, right there, but I'm going to go ahead and start embellishing a little bit of the cover. Should I do the cover first, or let me do that really quickly. Uh-oh. Look it, I forgot to put the flower down. Where's my flower? Too fast. This one right here. It's essential. I need it. This pretty flower right here is very delicate, and it complements the collection. All the different flowers on the prints. I thought this was so pretty. It just needed to be on the project. Let me open this really quick. I should have pulled it out. How's everybody doing? Happy early birthday. Whose birthday is it? Oh my goodness. Happy birthday. This goes right there. How did I do that? I grabbed my crocodile and I cut a hole right in the center of it. Crocodile's amazing. I just made the hole a little bit bigger. Can you see that? And then I put the eyelet through. Of course, I've already attached my eyelet. So what is she gonna do? Is she gonna pull that eyelet out or put it on top? I'll figure it out later. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull that out very carefully, and I'll fix it later. So let's do the inside. Okay, like I said, go grab your scraps. Don't throw them away. The little pieces of paper that you have, grab them, keep them. And that's what I did with this. These are all leftovers. They're just simple things that were laying around, but you know, when you lay them on top of each other and you turn them into little page turners, they're fun and interesting. Okay, so let me show you what I did. Let me clear my desk. Super cute. I can't believe I forgot to put that on there. I want to take it out right now and fix it, but I know I'll have to spend time on it. No worries, ladies. When you see something and you make a mistake, take it off, do it again. Do what you want to do. If it doesn't work, fix it. It's okay. All right. So I had one sheet, this long sheet right here. This is what I had started out with. This is a 12 by 12 sheet that was cut in half, and this is the remnant that I had. And I went to the book, I opened it up, and I said I wanted this shape right here, but just a little bit smaller, right? Because when you fold it, when you put it down, you need room to fold it in. So I put it down. Use a brad. Ooh, you guys are lovely. She said, okay, Carrie said use a brad. Which one of you on the chat said use a brad? You guys are just super smart. Okay, we're gonna use a brad. This one right here, an orange one, super cute. See, adorable. Oh my gosh, you guys are just cool like that. Okay, look at the back. I don't like that, so I'm going to go back and I'll put something there. But look at how pretty. Thank you. Look it. Super cute, right? Oh my goodness. Yay. Oh, I love it, and it spins. Okay. Alrighty, so let's get back. So the inside, I just had this long sheet of paper, and I put it down, and I looked to see, I just started playing with it. Seriously, not fussy. I just did it. I knew that on this edge right here, I wanted it to fold in. So I just folded it, and then I also did another fold, so like 1/8 of an inch. Because when I start placing things in here, there needs to be room for it to expand. Does that make sense? I border punched it. I did another fold on this side. When I had put it down over here, I just decided where I wanted to fold it. No measuring. I just played. I just put it down. I had this leftover sheet that was a little bit longer, so I just folded this one over, and that's how I did it. Seriously. Super easy. There's lots of ways out there to do these little page turners. Play with it, have fun with it, do your thing. Let's see, I got 2 messages. Let me double check with Carrie. Are you recording? Yes. Haha, they wanted to watch again later. Use a brad. Okay, thank you. You guys are super sweet. Okay, so that's it. And look at the paper that I did, it's upside down, right? No worries, because I'm going to cover that. So don't be too concerned about your prints. I mean, you can watch the direction, but if you can't, or you glue something down, or you make an oopsie, you know, sometimes the oopsies turn out to be even more super cute, just like this one right here. You know what I mean? So scrapbooking is fun. Enjoy it. There's no right or wrong way. Just play, and you know, in no time. Okay, so that's what I did here. So this is it. So put your paper down, figure out where you want to fold it. Make sure that on this edge right here, you give 2 score lines, do 2 score lines, and make it 1/8 of an inch so that you have room to put your pages on the inside, and do the same on this side too. Did I do that on that side? I don't know. Okay, so that's what I did for that. And then I went and I got these 2 pages, and I thought, okay, I want this page to open like this. I wanted it to open like this. So here's this page right here. Gosh, it's hard to show. On this side right here, I wanted to extend it. So I had this scrap right here. I put it down and I folded it over. And I cut off any excess, I believe there was, and I just went and did a cut on the edge. Does that make sense? So this is what I ended up with. Can you see that? So here's the back sheet. It was a 12 by 12 length. And then here's this other little piece. And I did that. Super simple. Really easy. I did a little border punch here. I'm going to turn this into a pocket. I'm going to glue this edge and put it down. And so this is going to fold like this. And you'll see on this side another little pocket here. This is the part that we folded over. Go back and watch the recording of this, and you'll see, hopefully. Okay, so that's what we have. So let me go ahead and glue this down really quick. I'm going to put down some tacky tape, the double-sided tacky tape. Everybody should have this stuff. It's amazing, easy to use. I'm going to put this down right here, just on the edges right here. And then I'm going to put this right here. Okay, so I put tacky tape down just right here and here, and now I'm going to fold this over to make just a little pocket. So this is what we have. Super simple. It opens. There's this other little page that you can flip this way. There's a little pocket there, or you can flip it this way. And there's also a little pocket right here. Super simple. Nothing crazy about this. It's just plain and putting it down. Okay, and then on the outside, on the inside, I have one piece right here. This little extra piece, look how beautiful that print is. It's very subtle but gorgeous. I did a fold on the top and I folded it over, and I'm just going to place it there so when you open it you have this. So let me glue that down really quick. And you know, when you're doing your score lines or your folds, really spend time and gently, where's my bone folder? I lost it. Does anybody see? There it is. I was going to ask you guys, where's my bone folder? Go ahead and spend time, put a nice little crease in it. Okay. Simple, simple. Look at how super cute. And we're going to, when we're done, glue this all completely down right here. This little tag that was remnants that I had left over, I'm going to add that. I'm going to add this card that's left over to the top right here to cover the images that are upside down. this right here, this little piece, perfect for journaling and putting your pictures down. Use these as photo mats. Don't throw them away. Keep your scraps. You can do a little border punch here, put another little image. Let me just put this down really quick. So add interest to your projects. Put in pockets, put in page folds. Use your all your punches and do little border punches. Just play. Super cute. I love it. On this one right here, I'm going to go ahead and put this little tag right here. I think I'm going to put it up here. So I'm going to glue this down just on the side. And super cute. I love it. Super easy, right, ladies? There's nothing to this. It's crazy easy. It's just a little fun little fold out with little pockets and little added interest. And, you know, get your stamps out, stamp on this, put some flat embellishments down like the ones I showed you earlier that I should already be putting down, but I'm slow tonight. Get your chipboard pieces, put them in there. Let me go ahead and here's another little piece. Look at, so pretty, right? Just a simple little print. I liked this edge right here against the blue. So I'm going to go ahead and glue, I folded it over and I'm going to glue it down really quick. That chevron is just, it's the thing right now. Beautiful treasures, right? Do you see beautiful treasures? And then I just added this little piece right here for another little turner. Just easy, so pretty. So let me glue this down to the back of this, and then we're going to glue it all down with some really good glue. So any pages that are going to be pulled or tugged against, make sure that you use a nice adhesive. The 3-in-1, the beacon glue, do something like that. Let's go ahead and do it. And I'm going to go ahead and put it down. Put it along. Okay, in this little mini, I haven't added much embellishments on the inside because whoever gets this, I'm going to be sending you some other goodies that go along with the kit, and you embellish it. And I'd love to see pictures if you, let me stand up to do this. Take pictures and then post it. I love when you guys create these little projects and then you post it. Okay, so tell me, what do you think? What should I do right here to cover this up? Because I don't want this showing. So what do you guys think? Isn't that pretty? And then right here, I just need one more piece. Should I do yellow? I think that's gorgeous. Let's go ahead and do that right there. And then we're going to turn this into a little pocket right here. Let me border punch this because that would be super cute too. And if I'm going too fast. Okay, look at, oh. I'm just going to do that. I think that would be adorable. I do. I love it. Okay, I'm going to put it down and I'm going to mark it and I'm going to cut it. How's everybody doing? Let me look at the chat. Joyce, big super squeezy hug. Somebody's giving you a hug. Deb, MPA. Woohoo. A little flower. Ooh, that's a good idea. A little flower. I love flowers. Never enough flowers. Okay, we're going to turn this into a little pocket so we can put something there. So we're going to use the double-sided tape. How's everybody? What am I missing on the chat? Oh, I loved Carrie's flower pot album. It's gorgeous. That's one of the fun things is when you're creating these little projects, when you give it away, or if you give it away, I love giving little mini albums away, because when you see it in somebody else's hands and they're flipping through it, and you're getting a second pleasure from it, because you get to see their excitement, and you know they're excited to receive it and they love it, and it's just fun. Alrighty, talking too much. Where's my, okay, so there we go, and I think I added this here, that little chipboard piece. The back of this is adhesive, but I want only this part right here to be glued down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut with my knife, and I'm only going to peel half of it off. Does that make sense? I'm only going to take this part, and I'm going to glue this down right here. And because it's a chipboard piece, I'm really going to make sure that, well, I hope I cut it on the right side. I did. Okay. And if you want to spend a little bit more time, like tonight I'm not spending too much time, but these chipboard pieces, let me just say really quickly, get your sander, your Prima sander. I don't know where mine is. Where is it? Here it is. Huh. Get this, sand the edges, ink everything up, ladies. It really does enhance your project. Spend a little bit of extra time, smooth out the edges, and when you do that, you'll be able to add, the ink actually will adhere better to the chipboard, and it's just beautiful. Okay. Alrighty, so there we go. I'm going to go ahead and add a little flower. Did you guys say add a little flower? That's a good idea. Probably Frank took it. Super cute, right? I'm going to go back and add the little pieces of paper there. Look at this little print just sitting right here. Should I go ahead and just put that down? I'll do it later, but this is where we're at right now. So super cute, easy, right? Super simple. You guys can do this. Put a little note in there for your, loved one, or a little gift card. Wouldn't that be fun? Give this as a gift, and they open it, and there's a whole bunch of pictures and journaling about, somebody special to you or to them, and hide a little gift card in there, pictures. Super cute. Alrighty, so let's really quickly do the embellishing on the front. Never forget the back. Always add something to the back. Let me see if I can, what time is it? 7:54. Alrighty, that's it. I always go over. Alrighty, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and, I'll do this later. I'm going to go ahead and finish embellishing the front, and sorry that I'm so late. I always do that. Really easy. Get your beautiful flowers. These ones right here are the ones I used. These ones are very delicate, so be gentle with them when you're unfolding them. They're worth the gentleness. They're super gorgeous. Just put them down, glue them. I left the stems on there, and you're going to layer your gorgeous flowers all the way around. This one right here, on this project, I threaded a chain through. Can you see? A chain through, and I added a flower. Let me show you how easy it is to do that before I leave you. Alrighty, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and end the show because I'm late, and We're doing a giveaway tonight, so please have fun. Scroll, putting in your comments. Here we go. And get some leaves. This little flower is the one I used to dangle, and I'm just going to cut it really quick. And what I did, I took a little ball chain, and I do this a lot on these projects because I think that they're fun. I did a cross. Let me see if I can do this. I crossed the ball chain. After I threaded it through the eyelet, I crossed it. I got this glue, the Beacon 3-in-1, super easy. It never fails, it always works. I glued down this flower right there in the center, and then I picked it up after it dried a little bit, and I put a leaf on the back. So I turned it around, and then I just added a leaf. So then you end up with something super cute like this that dangles from your project. A little bit of added interest. It's a little whimsy. It swings there, and it's just super cute. The ball chains you can find at Joann's or wherever. And anyways, alrighty everybody, I hope you're having a happy scrappy time out there. The embellishments for this, they're amazing, gorgeous. The Ladybird embellishments, grab them, look at them. The details in the flowers, they're hard to see, but when you see them in the stores, pick them up, look at them. Especially these flowers right here. They're just so hard to show you on camera, but when you see them up close, they're really stunning, and they really add a lot to your projects. Alrighty, everybody, I hope you're having fun out there, and I hope you were able to follow along. Thank you so much for joining in. Big super squeezy hugs. Go ahead, and Carrie can pick a winner for tonight, and I'm going to be sending you, I'm going to finish this little project. I will put this little dangly chain, it'll hang from this little metal flower, and it's going to be super cute. And I'm going to put a little sentiment up here, and it's going to be super cute. Alrighty, everybody, is there any questions? Big super squeezy hugs. I can't believe it's already 8 o'clock. Can you believe that? 8 o'clock. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining in. You know, this is your guys' show, so I appreciate just being here. It's fun for me. Thank you, Deb and PA. And let me just say just a few announcements. Okay, don't forget the Prima Art Venture. It's coming next January. Plenty of time to save and to join in. The spots are filling up crazy fast. So from my scrappy heart to yours, if you plan on going, hurry. And okay, and that is January 8th and the 9th at the Anaheim Convention Center. It's going to be crazy fun. I love it. I'm going to be there. I get to join in this year and give you guys some classes, so that's going to be exciting for me. Okay, and then next week we have Lamore. Okay, let me just say, this is Lamore's first Live with Prima show. She's joined in as one of the educators. I'm excited that she's part of the team now. She's super talented and super gorgeous too. She's so pretty. So go see her next week and give her Prima love. And let's see what else. She will be creating a wood canvas configuration box. It's beautiful. If you haven't seen it, go to the website and see. It's just gorgeous. And that's May 30th. And then also, have you seen Prima's new website, the Live with Prima new website? It's gorgeous. Carrie and Drew did an amazing job. Thank you, Drew. And I'd love to know, or we would love to know, what you think of the new blog or the new website. Post in Facebook. Tell us what you guys are thinking. Let us know. Share your thoughts and also your projects. When you're done with them, take a little picture. Get your camera out. Post it to Facebook. We love seeing it. You guys inspire us with all the wonderful things that you create also. Alrighty, everybody. Look at all those big hearts. Big super squeezy. Alrighty. You're welcome, Laura. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, Jamie. You guys are cool. Thanks for joining in. Frank, Jamie, any of the instructors that joined in, thank you so much for coming on over and playing. I love your guys' shows. They're fun. Bye, Betsy. Hey, single 662. Alrighty, everybody. Great class. Night, night. Gina, big super squeezy hugs. Alrighty, everybody. Did she pick a winner? I don't know. Who won? Tiffany. Oh my goodness, your pictures are amazing. The ones that you post on Facebook of your daughter, super cute. Frank, thank you, Frank. Carrie, big thank you. Thanks for having me. You always make everything so easy for us all. Wow. Thank you, Von Reader. I hope that you guys are able to follow along, and I tried to make it really simple. It is a simple project. Do it once and get your template down, and bam, bam, bam. Use all different types of collections, the Prima collections, and you have a whole, they all look like brand new projects, and they're just great as gifts, and or for you, keep them. Congratulations, Paintbrush, we have a winner. Congratulations. Go ahead and email Carrie, and she will forward me your information, and I'll send this super cute little project to you. I'm excited. When you get it, you'll receive a little kit that will help you finish embellishing it, the inside, and add your beautiful pictures, your journaling, and just play. Have fun with it. Alrighty, everybody. Have a good evening. Thank you for joining in. It's 8:02. Bye. Alrighty, everybody. Have a good evening. Steff. Thank you, Carrie. Congratulations, Paintbrush. You guys are super sweet. Altered Joe. You guys are fun. Gosh darn that I can't watch the chat while I'm sitting here. Ja, ja, ja. Who's going to the art venture? If you're going to the art venture, post on Facebook so I know, so when I see you, I can say hello, and tell me your YouTube name. I have such a hard time, the YouTube name and people's names. I need to see a correlation. Alrighty, and happy Memorial Day weekend. Get your barbecue grill ready and enjoy. You guys be safe out there. Good night, everybody.